Oh, welcome back to Persona 2 Innocent Sin. Rumor has it we have both been busy with real life. And now
Rumor
that
has it
we're
we finally get to go save Lisa from the pedophile.
now that we're back, I'm
Go.
gonna go eat. But first, rumors.
Wait, Legon, we just started. Why are you going to eat?
Cause we're at the Peace Diner. You gotta eat things, but first rumors, you know. I gotta find out what's going on in the areas, or like shops and stuff. 'Cause
Right.
that is
So
what-
and to date this, worst Persona character finally came out for Smash.
Ha.
Ha. Huh. And you know who it wasn't? It wasn't Dante.
Shut up.
Who's so excited for
Shut
not
up.
Dante? Dante gang rise up, baby!
Yes, get him in the game. Anyway, Persona is a thing, and... Well, you may be wondering why I'm actually going after all this stuff and going after the vendors and all that kind of thing. Mostly what I'm doing here is essentially equipping myself with things before I go into the next dungeon, which is Alba Park, surprisingly. Yes, it's a dungeon.
Oh, God. Yeah. Anyway, so we finally have to go save, because Lisa got kind of pseudo-kidnapped last time we were here.
Yeah, it's basically an infiltration mission to find out more information from one guy about him being in the mass circle, which is not hidden at all.
Right.
So first things first, I actually haven't even bothered to go after gear or items for a long while. So my gear is still from the second dungeon or so, including my weapons, so I'm gonna buy a lot of them along with items. In hindsight, I probably should have fast-forwarded through some of this, but hey.
Possibly.
Look, one thing I do want to show off is look at how much yen I have right now. And then look at how low it gets before I start the dungeon.
How much did you get?
I
That's
have
a lot.
currently 139,000. And then I spend most, if not all of it. Because right now I'm looking, hey, okay, what can I sell to get more money? First of all, these weapons that I don't need anymore.
Right. So now you're up to 140.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna buy items from the Satomi Tadashi shop, which honestly is the universal shop that thankfully is something that I very likely brought up before. Even the repeating shops have different music tracks, and I really love that about Persona 2, because it just makes it feel so much more unique than modern Persona games, for better or
Right.
worse.
Yeah, I feel like modern Persona games music are really good, but they all follow kind of a... That was bullshit. Anyway, oh my god!
Yeah.
You went from... Holy shit! I feel like you're spending more than I did with my first fucking paycheck. Holy crap.
Oh, that's
mine
what you
kinda
were
whittled down a
reacting
little
to.
Yeah, I mean, mine whittled down a little bit, but you just went like... You just like made it rain all over this counter.
Give me,
Thank God I don't have to serve you, because like I
give me
hate...
everything.
Yeah, it's like... Wad of cash.
I mean,
Like,
you
oh.
gotta remember, this is the same game where you can get hit by Hula of Misfortune where you lose half your money anyway, so...
True.
It
I
is-
think it's one of the better exchanges in like 5 is that they added a thing that just literally is give me more money.
Kind of,
Like
yeah.
the demons that give you more treasure demons
yeah.
that give you more. Yeah.
Well, actually,
yeah.
you can do that in this game as well. You can negotiate with demons, and if you get them fully happy, you can ask for money, information, or an item.
That's true, but I mean, well, the reality too is like you can do that in this game, but you have the Hula Misfortune, and like Persona 5, it's just straight up like, hey, give me money, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
or they're like, okay.
Well, here I'm gonna be basically spreading more rumors. One of them is weapon shop. Well, not a weapon shop because I want. Because a little minor spoilers. If you spread a rumor about making Tony's shop a weapon shop, you basically screw yourself out of an accessory shop through the entire game.
Yeah.
And here I'm also
Yeah.
throwing out 11 magazines so I can try the sweepstakes again and show off the
Right.
reward. So.
Yeah.
And then I'm also wanting to check the other vendors, see, like, because I forget sometimes whether the vendor, like some of the healing areas, can actually give you SP restores. But remembering this here, it's like no, I'm very sure that they don't. So that's just a little bit of a waste of time.
So back to that point, you can basically kind of beginner's trap yourself out of losing accessory shop. That kind of stinks.
Yeah, but it's more of, well, actually, it's kind of just, you can either make it a weapon shop or an accessory shop, and it's the only rumor accessory shop, because other than that, basically you have to rely on the rumors centered around the already established vendors, like Time Castle or or shops like that for the accessories instead of just one concentrated area.
Right.
And speaking of Time Castle, I absolutely love this piece. Mm-hmm.
What? That I'm uncomfortable now with that little grunt you made. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's Alucard! Holy shit! Guys, we have entered Castlevania.
That's... Wow. This castle
This
is a creature of chaos. It may take many incarnations, this being one of them.
That was actually a pretty good impression, I'm not even up front. Like, wow. This castle takes many... Yeah, this castle takes many incarnations. Yeah, that's really good. What the hell? You can't even see out of your... What? I don't understand. I've actually seen that in real life, too. I've seen people with bangs that are over their eyes. I'm like, how do you see? Yeah. I have trouble seeing when my hair is just barely over my face.
Yeah, like, I wear glasses in real life, and I surprisingly don't have trouble when they're not too blurry, but when they get covered with a bunch of specks of dust and stuff, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's always the worst. But even, like, I just don't understand how people have bangs over their eyes.
I don't get that either.
I'm like, how do you live? How do you function? Because I'm assuming we both, I'm pretty sure, because I think y'all know I have long hair. I think Legon does too.
Yeah, I just keep it out of my face all the time because it's that long.
Yeah. Well, you work also at a Suabway, so you have to do that. You have to hair tie it, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Or do something along those lines.
Yeah, essentially.
Speaking of, well, no, I guess I'll save it for...
We can save that for something else later down the line.
Yeah, we can save that for something else tonight.
So what I'm doing now is, since, I've already mentioned before that my armor and weapons are kind of, still from the first few dungeons, I am going to go ahead and get better gear.
Okay.
So, as you can already see, I have a lot more, even in this beginner area shop, I'm getting much higher defense armor than I had equipped before, because honestly, that just goes to show how powerful and, just how much the Persona stats matter as well compared to just your stats.
Right. I think Persona 2 is also one of those franchises where I've never really found a good weapon, here, let me word it better. I've never found a weapon in a treasure chest that's just better than anything I can equip. Most of the time, most of my weapons in all the runs I've played of these games, you're pretty much just stuck with getting the best that's in the shop at any given moment.
Yeah, I can understand that sometimes for this, but there are some exceptions, like a few weapons with Yukino and Lisa specifically, that you can get in dungeons at some points that are just much better than anything the shops can offer.
Yeah, and I think that trend stops after the original,
yeah, it stops
games.
In Classic Sona.
Yeah, so it's with 3, 4, and 5, you're pretty much just gonna be stuck with whatever's best in the shop.
But also as an example of just how powerful weapons get later on, especially thanks to the high power weapons and high power things, the stats go up by at least 20 for each character.
Yeah, and that's what makes because I'm not gonna complain about the weapon stuff in 3, 4, and 5, but I definitely think it's a much higher, because of the rumor system in 2. It definitely lays credit to doing it in this game, because you just get objectively better weapons in almost all categories throughout that rumor. Because of that rumor.
Yeah. Just to go on an example, if I had spread the weak armor but cheap prices rumor for that kind of stuff, it would have been like much cheaper. It wouldn't have put me down 40,000 yen, but it would also only go up by 5 or 10 points. Because it's really a significant difference.
Right. Yeah. And I think, and I don't mind that it's honestly that way. I honestly like, because I think Persona's a special case where the Persona stats also improve a lot of your. Oh my god, it's literally just the same character model but better looking. Anyway, I think in Persona it matters. They don't want you to focus too much on the weapons because that's not the focal point like most RPGs are. It's the idea that your personas also have really high stats, and that matters in a lot of cases too.
Yeah, and along with the fact that it's more about defense for, like... Oh, actually, let me rephrase that. It's more that there is so many different options on how you can attack that even your persona can attack, and that isn't affected by your physical weapon. So that kinda doesn't really mean anything to about half of the game's mechanics, assuming you use them. It doesn't mean anything for those mechanics.
Right.
But for something like actually using the physical weapons, which is not even something you have to do, like you have multiple magic spells, you have insta kills with light and dark, you have status effects, and you also just have physical attacks that your persona themselves can do. It's ridiculous how honestly minuscule the weapons are at the end of the day. Like the items for like the equipment for defense is still going to be prevalent no matter what, because you know it's just defense stats. It's always going to be something that you need in a dungeon in an RPG. But
yeah,
offense is a different story entirely with classic Persona.
Right. I felt that especially throughout 5, that it's like at a certain point in 5, I just didn't fucking use physical attacks almost at all.
Anyway, this is Baofu, just to go off into the game for a second. Baofu is a rumor monger in this game, and he becomes a party member in Persona 2 Eternal Punishment.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
But he's a PC.
He's a guy on the PC who runs a website for rumors.
No, but it's the internet, like, I mean, there's nobody behind the screen in the internet. It's just a big old web of fucking lies. Anyway.
You know, considering this game came out in 1998, you're not far off the mark.
Yeah, well, we're 2 years from the Y2K craze, so yeah, true that.
Yeah.
The internet's gonna ruin the world, and it kind of did. It just took 20 years to get there.
Yeah, and at this point,
we're making memes about Kobe fucking Bryant's death. Like, okay.
Ugh.
Anyway,
at this point in the game, I am realizing that I basically spent too much money so that I'm only with 20 yen left. By the way, remember I started with 140,000. Yeah. I only have 20 left.
20,000.
No,
20 yen period or 20,000?
Just 20.
What the fuck? How? I've never had that happen in an RPG ever. Even Kingdom Hearts, where I've gone crazy. But what the hell did you buy? How did you get a like 2-digit fucking number? That's it. I've never had that in an RPG. That's crazy. Even in Persona.
I don't know. Anyway.
Was it worth it?
Kind of. Well, actually, yeah, considering the high stats, like basically stat increases that I got. But at this point, I'm remembering I forgot a couple rumors about Alba Park. One of them being the idol in... I forget her name. Her name eludes me right now, but it's a rumor demon in Alba Park that you can only find when talking to that one guy in the sushi shop. Or the ramen shop, I mean. Along with also remembering that rumors require money to spread, because, you know, it ain't a free service, they gotta make money somehow. And their game didn't... Their game ain't selling. Because, you know, they are from Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner.
Oh, yeah. One of the most obscure fucking SMT series in history.
Yeah, so here I'm going to visit the Satomi Tadashi and see, like, okay, what items can I sell to get enough money for a rumor, to spread a rumor?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I feel like in RPGs too, I do that a lot, where it's just like I'm just kind of rummaging through items to see, hey, what's this junk I can sell for like 100 money? You know, let's just
Yeah.
say money because it's always different in every other game.
Currency.
100 currency, yeah, 100 money, please, monies.
Yeah, so here I decided to go ahead and sell the 2 open sesames I have in my inventory, because what they do is basically, hey, we're gonna get you out of this battle for free, no consequences, and I'm the kind of player that doesn't flee from battle.
Like, yeah, Legon is one of the ones that like it sees every random encounter as like a bonus because it's like, hey, it's either experience or I can get
Either experience, money, or
or
a new,
negotiations,
yeah, or one of, it's either tarot cards, money, or
money or
EXP.
experience. Yeah, I'm the kind of type that as I get older, I feel like because now that's why I fully love the FF ports because I can just pick and choose when I want to grind out money or items or go hard on the grinding for like 2 or 3 hours. Then I can just skip everything else after. Like I can just go. I'm not gonna do random encounters in this room. I don't need it.
Yeah,
So
that's very easily understandable. And there was also another rumor that I almost forgot about in Alba Park. You can basically make the flowers in here talk, and they give you riddles. Like this red flower. I have had
ooh,
innumerable encounter with these humans, yet have never spoken to even one. Basically, the gimmick with these is if you give them the correct answer, they give you a free item, and usually it's a high stat increasing item. So this one is like, how do we express ourselves? We express ourselves through actions. And if so, I will give you love as well. Okay.
right,
Of course, you can only do it once, because after you talk to them once, they shut up.
right.
Kiyohime, let's make a contract with you. Because that's the only reason that I'm showing off this encounter. Let me take
Right.
pictures of you, because that's how
Didn't
this
we already
works.
see this one?
I'm pretty sure we didn't. Well, what I
Did we not get
remember.
the?
Yeah.
Did we not get the contract of it?
No, didn't get the contract for this one. Or not contract, pact. Pact. I'm blanking on the names.
Ah, nice angle.
By the
Right.
way, a little bit of plot relevancy. If you forgot, Yukino is a professional photographer.
I almost forget about that too because it's like I just forget because I forget some of her shit and what that was bullshit. Also apologies, I'm playing a little bit of Smash in the background. Fucking anyway. Why is it a Dante?
Oh, cool. So, essentially, Alba Park is a giant maze, and really, it's essentially a precursor dungeon to what you're really wanting to find, which is the music hall. And what is, or concert hall, what is that? It's essentially where Lisa is being kept within her will. Like, she's completely, like, mostly okay with it, because it's espionage and all that, but still, you gotta go in there and make sure that she's safe and rescue her. Though, speaking of the rumor demon that I had mentioned earlier, this is the rumor demon Linda.
Right.
It's based off of a Japanese idol that mysteriously died in circumstances that were unknown, as far as I remember.
Right.
And me, being me, I saw this as, ooh, opportunity to get my rank up with my personas. Especially considering I was going to show this off anyway. It's like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do these other things so that I can multitask and get a bunch of things done at once.
Anyway, yeah. Poison Moth. Oh, I like. She looks like a fucking disco character. Like, wow. That's kind of wild.
It kind of is, but honestly, what I see more is a giant spaghetti ball on her head.
I mean, that's basically what orange afros were back in the day.
Feral step.
Like a
and
meat.
Foot's
That
Fury.
was more like a meat. I mean, like a meatball, right?
Yeah, it does look like that.
A meatball. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
No, you're fine.
Okay, good. Good.
So most of this battle that you're going to see is essentially me shuffling through my personas and seeing what exactly I should use to get ranks up, because it's like, hey, I need things to make sure I can have basically every variety of fusion spell possible within the 4 main spell types: fire, water, earth, and wind.
Right.
Which is honestly a little
Killer
weird
wind.
because modern Persona cuts the aqua and magma elements.
Yeah, in favor. Well, because did we always have nuclear, or was that one that was added in?
No,
the modern?
nuclear is in Persona 2.
You cut out there for me. What?
Nuclear, yeah, nuclear is a type of spell you can use in Persona 2.
Right. Okay. It's just because they don't always have the proper names that I'm used to, like Mekido or all et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
Mekido's not nuclear, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Sharpshoot. Yeah, this is one of the things that's annoying with Linda. Sharpshoot. It's essentially an instant kill for one party member, which is why I stocked up on revival items, because I learned from the last dungeon.
Right.
So basically, I'm going to swap around some characters on healing and reviving duty, like Akichi is going to mostly be on brute force. Maya...
I just realized that
healer,
Ikichi's giving us the East Coast sign. He's a fucking gangster. I knew it. He's a hood rat. I knew it. I knew I was like that character.
Yeah, and Feral Step, again, basically has a chance to inflict fury on every party member available.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of annoying when, this situation by itself is already kind of bad. Akichi is the only one who's not visibly upset.
Right. But it's because he's such a gangster. Like, how could he be upset when he's so fucking OG?
Linda's stats, just to go to that here. Basically, Linda is weak to all types of melee attacks, but is resistant to all types of magic.
Right. So if we have the Karen meme, does that mean Linda's the one that's like stuck in the 70s and can't like let go?
Maybe.
Like Karen's the obnoxious mom who needs to ruin everyone's fucking life, but like Linda's the one that just can't let go of the past.
Yeah, Linda in Persona 2 in this battle is essentially status affects the Rumor Demon, and it's annoying to deal with because her official moveset is Sharpshoot, which is an instant kill to an enemy of the ranged archetype, which is a type of physical attack that Yukino and Akichi use. Glamour Stance, which is charm to everybody, and Feral Step, which is, you've already seen that, it's a chance for fury.
Right, and there goes Akichi. Quarter demonstratum.
And there goes Linda.
There goes Linda. Yep. But yeah, honestly, I think almost every RPG has that encounter that is literally just a god, like just pounds you with status effects and just drags the battle on. Even though you can just kill them, right? You can in any other case, you can deal with them really easily. But they just pound you with status effects and drag the battle out because you have to deal with the status effects constantly.
Yeah. And here I just also had an excuse to use up all my medicines because it's basically like, hey, I'm going to use up my weakest potions.
Right. Honestly, maybe we'll get to it one day, but it's one of the things that pushed me away from Final Fantasy X a lot, is that a lot of things in 10 give you status effect, and I get that it's a better, it can lead to good strategy, but when there are so many enemies that can just deal status effect upon status effect, it's kind of annoying. 9 does it a little bit, but you have instant nullifications to that in 9. In 10, you don't get that luxury.
Yeah.
You just have to deal with the status effects.
And there's also something earlier on, just a few seconds ago. Basically, I answered one of the Flowers questions right, and he gave me an antidote. It's like, we greet each other enthusiastically in the morning. Good morning. And then he answered, good morning.
Good morning.
This one is jealous of the sun, because actually, I'm not sure if it's a combination of jealousy and envy. I don't know. But the answer, it's like you're admiring the sun because you're both yellow and you're looking up at him.
Sun, glorious. It reminds me of that damn Dragon Ball Z British fucking.
And he gave me a bead.
Sun, Mr. Sun. And that should be the end of the part. So,
Yeah.
we'll see you guys next part. Probably
We'll
next
see you
tomorrow.
in the next. Yeah, we'll see you next time when we keep exploring Alba Park and hopefully rescue Lisa in time.
Yeah. I mean, we sure are taking our sweet time, but whatever.